Today's video is, I'm sorry, we lost this last save for the last run corrupted, so we're gonna have to make a new one, but there wasn't much on that run to be lost, if we're being honest. But this run is much better, guys, trust me. Trust me. I'm tired today, so I might yawn a few times. Oh, anyways, I start off the same way I start off any good run, by putting on a hat and then putting an animal on my head. You're welcome. Then I go talk to my rival May in the span of 2 to 3 seconds, and then finally get to choose my starter, which is Relicanth, Xatu, and Smeargle. So I choose Relicanth because it's the only one that seems actually usable. And it is pretty good. I name it Fish, and this run would have been great. Foreshadowing. You're welcome. I go and end Xatu pretty easily, and it didn't take much time, for being honest. But I get my first encounter on Route 101, which is Geodude, which I kill, so I don't get an encounter for that. But I do get an encounter for the Route 102, which is another Geodude, which I catch on the first try, which is pretty good. Then I name it Rock, and that was good. Everything was fine, and then the first trainer has a fusion of Groudon and Salamence, which looks pretty cool. But it's not weak to water. It doesn't have the fire typing, so it just destroys my team. There wasn't much I could do about that, if we're being honest there. Yeah. Anyways, a new run that is even better is coming up. I set all the settings to randomize everything. All of the Pokemon. No items are randomized, but the Pokemon, like, even gift Pokemon. Wild Pokemon, gift Pokemon, and trainer Pokemon are randomized. They could be anything. It could be a Pidgey, or it could be Arceus. Or even Bidoof. We don't know. My choice of starters is Beedrill, Skrelp, and Golurk. And I obviously choose the Golurk, let's be honest. It was the only real choice there. Yeah. Oh, anyways, it beats the Pokemon Attacking Professor in one hit, and then it's got a horrible nature for a Golurk, but I'm going to look past that and see that Turtwigs are spawning on the next route over, 102. And May does beat Golurk, but in my opinion, the Nuzlocke doesn't start until I get Pokeballs, and I don't have Pokeballs yet, but I do have them now, so the Nuzlocke has officially started, and I first catch a Piloswine, because I'm not catching a Turtwig with 5 Pokeballs, let's be honest. I was thinking about doing it, but I eventually use all 5 Pokeballs trying to catch this Piloswine, and do get it. And I name him Pillow, and we will not see him for a long time. By long time, I mean 1 to 2 minutes, maybe 30 seconds. It's probably gonna be a minute or so. Oh, yeah, no, I make my way through the trainers, and there's nothing very notable. Yeah, nothing notable yet, but I go buy some nest balls, and go plant some berries, because I have an obsession. I see berries, I need to plant them. And then this person has a fusion with Shedinja, or Ninja Kate, the first time, but the second time I fight her, it's Shedinja, and she's immune. I think it has Wonder Guard. And then it kills Pillow, And then I realized Astonish was good against it, so we kind of just lost Pillow for no reason. I wasn't too upset about that, to be honest. I did, however, decide to go get that Turtwig, which I was able to get. It didn't take too long. It did take 7 Pokeballs, though, which, yeah. Anyways, I eventually caught it, and then chose the best looking sprite, because there are a few choices, and most of them look pretty good. Anyways, I name it Garden. I'm alive. I fight a few trainers on the way. By the way, Haxorus spawns in this area. I forgot to say anything about that, because I've done this voiceover 2 or 3 times. I think this is the 3rd time, and everything keeps messing up. Anyways, I catched her, Wally, a Pillow Swine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's taking a while. But Haxorus spawns in this area, by the way. Wally catches his Ralts and then fuses it with his Pillow Swine, and the fusion doesn't look too bad coming out, but it doesn't look too good either. Anyways, I go to the next round over and see that Tricos are spawning wildly, and I go plant some berries, because of course more berries need to be planted. Then I go fight this trainer, and I just fought a lot of trainers to get some more money for some more Pokeballs, because things have such a low capture rate. Anything that's good, at least. Yeah. Well, my encounter for Route 103, I think it is coming up soon. And 104, eventually. Like, I think this guy had a Sincaster, which was a weather thing. It's that weather thing. He had a cast form and some other bird fusion. I don't know what it was. I thought it was in legendary, maybe though. Anyways, this is me looking for a Haxorus, and I find it surrounded by other Pokemon. I get in there, and it has Dragon Rage. It kills Golem. And I have one chance. I throw one Pokeball before it kills Garden, and it catches the thing. Which is pretty lucky. That's pretty lucky, let's be honest. And Garden levels up 5 times just from catching the thing. Then I name Hax, and then heal up my Pokemon, send Golem to the PC, and release him. He's gone now. We're never gonna see him again. Anyways, I go and finally go to the forest, and then realize I forgot to get my encounter for Route 104, which is a Trico, which is pretty good. I have 2 Grass-type starters and a Haxorus. And then I go and name the Trico I just got Tree as a, what is it? Hey, the Trico I got on my first Nuzlocke in this game was named Tree. Anyways, I catch a Horsey in a forest, which I actually caught on the first try, which was pretty good. And, yeah, that's one of the only noticeable things about the forest, really. But the other... Oh, why am I so freaking tired? The other thing in the forest is this guy has 4 Pokemon, which, one, he had a Persian and Aggron fusion, which was really annoying because it had Sturdy, and it got a hit off on Haxorus. Then he had a Geode and Onyx fusion, which, I know it's not Geode, but he had Sturdy. And then he had a Kabutops and Zapdos fusion, which was scary until I one-shot it with Dragon Rage, which it is what it is. I didn't care that much, but it did scare me that he had such good Pokemon. Anyways, I make my way through the forest, and then I would like to take this time to remind you that I have randomized the gift Pokemon. If an NPC trades a Pokemon to me or gifts it to me, it has been randomized. Which, you can imagine my surprise, which instead of getting an encounter on this route, I decide to take the gift Pokemon, and she gives me a Garchomp that I happily name World Ender and take my level 1 Garchomp and put him at the back of my party until I have an XPL. And then this guy, this next trainer, has a Darkrai and Larvitar fusion, which is pretty scary, and then he had an Empoleon and a Greninja fusion, which was also scary, but I killed everything in one hit with Dragon Rage. The only thing I'm kind of scared of right now was people with Dragon types or things that could learn Dragon Rage and Fairy types. Which there was a Fairy type in this next Devil battle, but I was able to kill it pretty quickly. Except it was the thing that lasted the longest, so it wasn't quickly. Anyways, I wandered around a lot just collecting random Poké-Loot items in the city. But I eventually... Oh, boy, I'm so tired. I eventually go to Route 10 something, 105 or something, and catch an Altaria, which is really nice. And then I end up running out of Pokeballs, so I've lost my chance at an Altaria, and I had to kill the thing, which was kind of disappointing, but I don't think there's Mega Evolution in this game, so it's not too bad. Yeah. I tried. I go fight some more trainers just to build up some money for more Pokeballs, because I never seem to have enough. And, there were a bunch of interesting fusions. None of them really enough to say anything about. At least not something that I remember. Maybe there's something notable. Probably not, though. By the way, guys, I'm not sure if you noticed, by the time I'm done editing the footage, it looks like a barcode. That is how cut up and messed around with this footage is. This is an hour and a half. It looks genuinely like a barcode on my screen. But anyways, I kept killing trainers. It took a while. But I eventually bought some level balls, because if I want to catch some more Pokemon, that's probably a good idea. And then I get in the cave and realize nothing is spawning in the cave. So it's either glitched or something that's some really rare spawn is gonna spawn there. Which I don't think that's how that works. So I think the cave is glitched, and I hope the others aren't glitched. Ugh. Take a drink. It is mostly empty. Anyways, I go to fight the gym. The first gym, I mow down the first gym trainer and then get in a double battle with two others. And he has a Luna Rock, which is a Regirock and Lunastone fusion, with a Carbink something else fusion. I think Carbink's like a mythical. I don't remember. I haven't checked out in a while. It's Carbink. Nobody really cares. Then he has a Diancie and Eevee fusion, which is interesting. A little scary, but it didn't do much. It almost killed Garden, though. In its defense, it almost killed Garden. But it didn't, so we're all fine here. And then I go and fight Roxanne. Her first Pokemon was really interesting. It's a Magcargo and Feraligatr fusion. And it poisons me. And then she has a Tyranitar, which is a Spiritomb and Tyranitar fusion, which was also really cool. And then I beat her pretty quickly. I'm poisoned, so I go and heal up, and then go take the Devon Parks back from a Team Magma Grunt, which didn't take too long, if I'm being honest. He had a Gloombish fusion, Gloom Trubbish fusion. Anyways, on my way out, I find that there is a Quilava, and I have already wasted my encounter on killing a Scraggy on that route, so I don't get the Quilava. I missed out on a Fire-type starter, which would have been pretty good. Bye, guys. I got the XPL.